What needs to be pictured is an Eagles W. James Jones, I will say it, big dog. I'll say it loud, and I will say it very, very confidently. Eagles need not just to win, they need a blowout. Period. If the Eagles don't get a blowout, y'all might as well not even go to the playoffs. And the reason I say they need a blowout isn't because I want to see a cute score on the scoreboard. The reason the Eagles need a blowout is because if the Eagles play good football, they will blow the Giants out. It will not be coincidence, nor by chance, nor by luck that the Eagles blow the Giants out. If the Eagles play good football, they'll blow the Giants out. And for the love of God, can the Eagles play good football? Eagles haven't had a double-digit win since the Miami Dolphins game. That feels like ages ago. I think that was in October. So the Eagles desperately, desperately need a blowout. Not just because we want to see a cute score, not because you get style points, not because you win the division even more if you blow the team out, no. But if the Eagles play well, they will blow them out. There's no possible way that the Eagles can play well and win close. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Hurts. There's no way they can play well and win close. Not if you play well in all phases of the game. The only way they blow the team out is if they play well. And if they play well, they blow the team out. So I have to see a blowout by the Philadelphia Eagles.
I 100% agree. This has to be a beatdown. They need to walk into the locker room and they need to say, that's how it's supposed to look. See that?
That'd be amazing.
That's how you block it. When we do that, bro, we unstoppable. They need to walk into the locker room off of that field, blowing this Giants team out and walking into there saying, we're going into the playoffs playing good football. It might be false confidence, it might be real confidence, but as you walk off the field, you're not stepping up there saying, we did not play our best football. This is the last dress rehearsal until the real thing is about to get started. Walk off that field and step up to that podium and say, that's the Eagles we've been looking for all season long. And we going into the playoffs and we letting everybody know that we are going to be a problem, confidence-wise for us. When we turn on the film on Monday, Tuesday, I don't know how many days you're going to have off. When we turn on the film, you look at it and say, if we play like that, we can beat anybody. Right now, they can't turn on the tape saying that. This is how they need to walk off the field, with a beat down on the New York Giants, walking into this playoffs, feeling good about themselves, getting their confidence back up high, and going to work in the playoffs.
They need to get a win. They need to get a win. That's just they lost last week. Do you think they'd prefer a fancy win last week or just a win? Probably just a win. I hear you. Moral victory sounds good. Energy, momentum, all that stuff matters. But you also need to get a win. When does the Giants' NIL money come in?
Never.
Never? Do they get paid on Tuesday?
Yes, they do.
Yes. They get checks. They got agents. They got contracts. Do they have a coach of the year there?
Yes, they do.
They do? Okay. So they're all professionals as well. We've been doing this all season long. We need this team to blow this team out. Everybody's professionals. Most games in the NFL come down to one score, 3 points. What's the spread every single game at home? 3 points. It's usually a one-score game. This is the NFL. Everyone gets paid to be there. Everyone's professionals. They're 1% of 1%. I understand some teams are better than others. I get it. But what the Philadelphia Eagles need to do is win a game, because last week they lost. So we would love to see a blowout win, everybody do everything perfect, and then go into the postseason with some momentum, feeling good, yes. But really what they really need is a win at all, because they lost last week.
So you good with a 7-6 win?
They're in the postseason. No, I'm not good with it. That's not great, but it is a win.
2-5, you're the Eagles' all-time rushing leader, man.
Yes, I am.
Talk to me, man.
Yes, I am. Well, blowout. Very disappointing game last week. We lost to the Arizona Cardinals, who's in place to get a top 5 draft pick. They can't wait to get that. I'm going to go with just get a win, right? You guys haven't been to Philadelphia in quite some time. I was there last week.
Sad out there.
It's a sad day out there in Philadelphia. We need to get a win, right? And I'm at the point now where I always kept saying, man, we're going to change it around. We got the players, we got the coaches. We're going to change it around, right? I keep going. If I keep going, I'm going to be outside the desk. We're going to change it around. You see what I'm saying? No, we need to get a win, because we are a team. I think that's who we are. When you watch tape, right, normally you watch tape, you either get worse from watching tape or you get better, right? I think we stayed the same. Even in the games we won, we looked the same way. The games we lost, we looked the same way. That's who we are. So at this point, let's get a win. It might be ugly, but get the dub. even and another thing is, if you watch some of the games that we did lose or we was in a tough battle, like the Giants, people forget that we were up 20-3 at halftime. And what happened? I thought it was going to be a blowout. I said, finally, we had to blow them out. And what happened?
Yep.
Got closer and closer. We almost lost that game. So at this point, Philadelphia, I know what y'all thinking. Get one dub and keep it moving.
It's interesting, James. I think I'm about to say what you were about to say. I feel, if I'm being honest, no different about the Giants game than I do the Cardinals game.
There it is.
I don't. Not as an analyst. Maybe as a player you'd feel different. Maybe, Joy, you'd feel different. I feel no different. Because the only difference between that game is the Cardinals had a more talented quarterback. Eagles did the same thing. They were up against the Giants. Giants came back, but the Giants didn't have enough to win it. Up against the Cardinals, Cardinals came back, Cardinals had enough to win it. So even if they get this win that you speak of, Joy, that you speak of, and if you believe in getting a win, I have no issue with it. I just disagree with it. But even if you just get a win, unless you change your ways, then what you do against the New York Giants, that just getting a win, it's not going to work against the Lions.
Do we feel that the Eagles, like Shay just said, the tape is the same, whether you win or lose? We feel like the Eagles have been the same way all season long?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then the same thing they did all season long was good enough to beat the Rams, was good enough to beat the Dolphins, was good enough to beat the Cowboys, was good enough to beat the Chiefs, was good enough to beat the Bills. Now, I don't think the Eagles are playing good football right now at all. But what we're all saying is they've been playing the same football that they were playing at the beginning of the year that they're playing now. The difference is they're not doing what? Winning. So if you're asking me what the Eagles need to do, they need to win. Because they were doing the same thing they were doing at the beginning of the season. I almost just cursed. They were doing the same thing. They were doing the same thing they were doing at the beginning of the season that they're doing now. The difference is they're not winning. So you're saying you feel differently. You feel the same way about the Giants game and the Cardinals game.
That's my
you
point.
Can't. The difference is they won that game and they didn't win the Cardinals game. And that is the issue that is going to come up in the postseason. The Eagles are who they are at this point.
That's right.
They haven't changed. They haven't made the adjustments they need to make. They are a non-identity team going into the postseason. The only thing that we know at some point this season they were able to do is play this version of football and get a win at the end of the game.
Right. And my thing is, I feel like the way we played, you talk about teams we beat, I like at the playoffs, NFC. I mean, even though we play like we played, we can beat the Seahawks. We almost beat them the way we played. The Cowboys, we beat them the way we played. The Rams, we beat them the way we played.
Right.
Only team I think we can't beat is the Niners.
Here's my question, though, James. Obviously,
Can I ask him a question?
Go ahead, big dog.
Who you asking? Me or Joy? Because I like
I'm asking you a question. Because we had a topic after the Giants game, and you said, "Ooh, my dogs is in trouble. The Eagles is in trouble," right? But you won. But you still was like, "Man, we in trouble." So you had me put on the Bears helmet. I just want you to go back. You probably got one at the crib right now. Put on your Eagles helmet.
You know what?
Put on that 2-5. Put on that 2-5 helmet, right?
And take the 2-5 back on the field.
And get on the plane. Ride the bus to the plane, get on the plane.
Crazy little suit, have a crazy suit on. I'm at the Chanel or the Louis Vuitton glasses on. Diamonds on the air. Okay, I'm back. I got the Beats by Dre on.
Beats by Dre.
I'm ready.
When you get off the bus in New York, it's going to be a different outfit. You're going to be fly again, walking into the locker room, putting on your helmet, walk off that field with your helmet on, winning that game 7-6. Or walk off that field winning that game 42-17.
Right.
How are you going to feel with that Philadelphia helmet on the next week? What is more important, the W or walking off the field with that 42-17 blowout?
I'm going to feel the same way we felt all year. Because all year we played the same way.
So you're going to have the same confidence?
Yup, that we won the game, and it was ugly. And I think that's who we are now. And everybody you talked about we beat, when we played the Bills, right? I was in Vegas watching that game, right? Feet up, drink in my hand, having a joy myself. And even though we won that game, it was an ugly win. But we beat a good team. So I'm at this point where I don't care what it looked like nowadays. Now, listen, because like one thing about in sports and life, you got to adjust. It don't always go that way. It don't go that way. You know what I'm saying? Well, some of us, it wasn't good for him. Well, everybody else, we got to go. It's like, like that. I'm cool with that right now. But if we win that game, ugly how it is, I'm cool with that.
But that's the
because
difference.
we beat everybody the same way, James Jones.
But the difference
What's the difference? The playoffs?
You beat good teams that way.
Okay.
The Giants is not a good team, and you're going into the playoffs to play good teams.
At this point, It don't matter if who the quarterback, who the team is. As long as we get the win. We've beat good teams in the playoffs. I just named them all. We beat all them playoff teams the same way.
So you're going to feel extremely confident if they win 7-6 going into the playoffs? Or are you going to come on here saying you're worried about them?
I'm worried about a team that got to win. Nothing wrong with that. Because you won games. Hold up. Because you asked me questions you didn't know about. You won games not feeling good, but you happy you won.
But you wasn't confident about them.
What you mean? I'm confident we got the win.
But we come in here next week and they beat the Giants. We're going to be like, oh, we all of a sudden believe in the Eagles now? Or are we going to say, well, they were just the Giants?
I think it depends on how.
Yeah.
I think, because at least I think there's enough maturation at this desk to say, oh, well, it looked good. Oh, well, this looked good. Oh, they didn't give up the lead. Oh, they didn't give up that. Oh, they didn't give up this. Again, Shady, you and I had different Eagles experiences. That's why I love it. You were always focused on winning and this and that. Because I was practice squad and 53rd man on the roster, I could be more realistic. You can't be. You got to have always optimism.
Oh, so you like, we're going to lose.
In 2013, I knew we were making it to the playoffs. We was 10-6. We started 9-3. I think we finished 10-6. We made it to the playoffs. But I was looking around because I got to watch more film than Shady because Shady had to focus on getting healthy and treatment and rehab. Meanwhile, I got to be scout team Luke Kuechly. I got to be scout team DeMario Davis. I was like, we're not that good. The fans might think we are. Nick Foles might think we are. Shady might think we are. D-Jack, J-Mac, Evan Mathis, all these guys. I'm like, we're not that good. And I know we're not that good. And I can be real with myself that we're not that good because I don't have as much at stake at 2-5. He's all-time leading rusher. I'm here today, gone tomorrow. I done seen the tape. I know we're not that good. So even when we make the playoffs, we not going far. We played the Saints. We lost the first game to the Saints. Saints lose to the Seahawks. Seahawks were better than everybody that year. So I'm not even mad.
But first of all, there's a difference, I think. I think because that team, compared to this team, the Eagles, they actually beat these playoff teams.
Sure.
So even the guys you're talking about, like, we beat them already. We beat the Cowboys.
Sure.
Right? I don't think the NFC is, like, super hard this year. The Cowboys got the Niners, which is different. Other than the Niners, we can beat all the teams that we already did.
Here's my question for for Joy, for you.
And last for you, ask a question.
Yes, sir.
I know this as a player, right? No matter how bad you play, coach, you're going to say this and that and third. When we win the game in the locker room, we huddle up. Everybody got their shirts off, towels on, right? They're going to break it down. At the end of the thing, he's going to say is, yo, we playing next week.
No doubt.
And that's all that matters.
No, but my thing is now, though, they're playing next week regardless. So if we win, right? Let's say we beat whoever we play in the Bucks, and we look the same way we look, like just regular. Starting next week, I'm with y'all. Starting playoffs, I'm with Joy and I'm with Shady.
That's all that.
Come to playoffs when it is quite literally win in advance, I am with both of y'all. I will stand on this desk and say it. Ooh. But right now, there's still energy to get better. And while there's still energy and opportunity to get better, I want to see the Eagles get better.
I don't disagree with you. And I'd love to see the Eagles look different.
Me too.
But like Shady said, I don't, once somebody tells me who they are, like, you got it, dog. I believe you. It's the last week of the season. I believe you. I believe this is who the Eagles are now. You've convinced me. I don't need to be swayed. So just go get the win. Because who you are got a loss last week. Wins and losses are different. Kyler Murray, we may not have some questions about what he is or not. He's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to do what he does. So somebody think he's that good.
Correct.
Somebody do. Somebody took him #1 overall in the draft. What I'm saying is I don't like what we've done this year, where it's like this win counts more than this win and that win. We do that every year, but only with the best teams. This year we're doing with everybody. Oh, you got to blow the Giants out. Who the Giants? The Giants just all some straight busters, top to bottom. Ain't nobody over there a dog. No, ain't nobody there showing up to work.
Here's what
nobody over there is a professional.
Here's what I love about not being that good in the league. Oh, I love it. 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 I take pride in not being that good in the league because I still made it to the desk. Oh, I take pride in it. I love it because this reason. I know how much better Shady was than me. I was in the NFL. I am a 1%er of the 1%er. I know how much better James Jones was than me. I was a 1%er of the 1%er. You watching the show, I was better at football than you. But I wasn't better than this one or than that one. So if Shady and I play, Shady better blow me out. Second round pick. Shady better blow me out. If I got to cover James on an over out, boy, if you don't mix me up. If I got to cover James on an out route, boy, if you don't give me that work, because he's better than me. So yes, the Giants are NFL players too. But Lane Johnson is better than Kayvon Thibodeau. Darius Slay is better than Darius Slayton. DeAndre Swift is better than Bobby Okereke. Like, they're just better than us.
And that the Carolina Panthers, who were so bad that they got someone else the #1 overall pick, won some games this year.
Won two of them.
But for me, this is, like, me and Shady agree on this, right? But Confidence is everything going into the playoffs. The year we won the Super Bowl, we were playing terrible football. We won a couple, we lost a couple, but we weren't playing good football. The last 3 games, we started playing the right football, beating people up, and we went into the playoffs getting off the bus like these boys in trouble. They done let us in the playoffs. We got swag, we got confidence, we turning on the tape, we playing the right way. Like, blowing somebody out means more than just winning these close games for confidence-wise. And we walked into the playoffs feeling extremely confident, playing the right football, and we went and we won the Super Bowl. That's why for me, for Philadelphia, yes, you're in. Yes, you had some close wins. But this is your last dress rehearsal. You lost 3 out of the last 4 to get you some swag and confidence back with beating a team down, not a good football team, even though they're getting paid on Tuesday, and walking into these playoffs playing the right football, the kind of football you wanted to play all year long.
Take it home, 2-5.
Yeah, who had the swag on your team?
Everybody, bro. Nick Collins, Charles Woodson, Clay Matthews. I could go all the way down.
And Clay.
They some great players. You said swag, though?
Swag.
Bruh, Clay with
confidence.
With the hood?
Yeah, who else?
You ain't got to explain it to
I said
him.
some other guys there. I was
C. Wood with the wrist tape to the other wrist tape to the back wrist tape to the goal wrist tape.
They was nice, though, but
James Jones with the hoodie?
But they said swag. That's
PJ Riley with the
Swag.
we played them boys. They did some playoffs. But when they got off the bus, everything he said was like, right. They had confidence.
Collins, yes.
When we played them in Philadelphia and they beat us in 2010.
Yeah, we knew y'all couldn't mess with us.
When they got off the bus and they came to Philadelphia, we said, yo, they got talent. Yo, they got confidence.
No swag?
The one thing we said they did not have, they didn't have no swag.
Oh, we walked out of there with what?
They won.
Okay.
They won. But he said swag.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.